eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka echolide ili kubatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyuere company nambe yemo eyokorose chirangi meyense Liga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoroisia ebintu biria bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boigo chire chichi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao nabono mbabwate chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentra nigwa amavuta yani oil na boigo chiriya chia mache inyoranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire chiri guririke iriya gatigati wekarigori lyabantabati boigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wekabunuragani gwochoganire erangiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores nabo kwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora wekirano tutarire rero elibwe nyorere abamanyi naboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara njibwa tokorolekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eyuerangene eduka ya Safaricom Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simbwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Aha. Kwa hiyo umeamua kuumwaga mchele kwenye kuku wengi. Mbona mimi na yako siyasemi? Mwanaume gani wewe? Kutwa kujilizaliza. Sehemu ya kulia mimi, unalia wewe. Ukirudi nyumbani, unalala tu. Haujali mwenzako nimekula, nimeshiba au nina njaa. Au niwaambie watu kama mchezaji majeruhi. Kwa mwezi unacheza mara moja tu. Niache!
Dada, maneno unayamwaga hayo.
Niache. Wewe umeamua kuyamwaga. Kuanzia leo watu wote na
ya kegimana inde omurigereria nigo cyaragire Chinsa Ikomi Ekeonga asenchira yobonye kuri Getembe TV njengatire na Nyaboga veni Nyaboga kuri asomuna wimanyire kevinongeri nera kwane kebuna chibichechi na waigo amaliogi ngo ikerachire asenchira yobekirano karansoike obena into goika omweyo korende nyarabuna YouTube no torebuna Getembe TV Facebook no torebuna Getembe TV kabago kobwatia emirobiri yonsi ya Getembe TV na togo chaka mubasorero muraibwense Daktari William Samoei Ruto nigo aligania bagosora be timu ya Harambee Stars ase nyumba yobora ya State House omochi o Nairobi ase asanga na barabo endagira ya mubaso gose lunch okwana ana bagosori abu au barengira mogoko monene muraibwense nigo akwanira okomento gwechibesa gochiase abamunyoki korengana ne chinchira gose korangana no bobuyi bwakera oyomo mubuyi o gold nigo arache gukini wakoro chishiringi chiribu chimisano na 250 goika chimilioni 3 ase boigo omubuyi o silver arache gukini wakoro akonyora chishiringi nusu milioni goika chimilioni 2 na boigo omubuyi bronze nigo arache gukini wakoro chishiringi chiribu chiribu chimisatu na 50 goika milioni ayemo ase boigo akwanera obubuyi bwe timu nechibasa chiria barache ko abagwakana.
As a government, we have taken deliberate steps to recognize and reward excellence. We revised the cash scheme to ensure our champions are acknowledged in a manner that reflects their sacrifice and hard work. We have made the following changes, and they are significant. The package for individual Olympic gold medalists has risen from Kenya shillings 750,000 to 3 million. Silver from 500,000 to 2 million. And bronze from Kenya shillings 350,000 to 1 million. In team sports, the award per athlete has increased from 100,000 to 750,000 for gold, from 75,000 to 500,000 for silver, and from Kenya shillings 50,000 to 375,000 for bronze. So far, on average, we have increased prices by 400%. And again, the ministry has scheduled payouts. I know we have in our midst great athletes who've won many races and many games across the globe, and they are here in our midst. So the ministry has scheduled payouts amounting to Kenya shillings 55 million for recent sporting events, alongside an additional 10 million shillings for a great lady.
Togo skabosio mawaziri wechisemi moske Julius Migosi ogamba nigo akwanire omorobero capitation gose chibesa gocha chiskuru okwana mubasorero chinga kichokobekero guto kwa boro kigwa chiminye na Ikomi na 4 gose 414 beskuru yobobunde ya Murang'a Technical Training Institute. Migosi nigo ateban ase wikega nige wizara yechisemi yabwatukire chibesa gocha chiskuru echiboigo chimanyika capitation.
The issue of capitation that has been requested or that have been asked by the member of Murang'a County, I want to confirm, Your Excellency, that the capitation for third term has already been released. It is being worked on from the Ministry of Education as we speak and should be in the accounts of the various schools within the week. Number two, this issue of bars in schools is an issue that the government has taken very seriously, and an audit is taking place as we speak. And those licenses that have been allocated to bars that are next to schools will be revoked, cancelled, because we do not want a situation where our youth, our students are being interfered with instead of supporting them in studying. So that particular issue is being undertaken as a whole of government approach, and we are going to resolve it. Mine, Your Excellency, today is to confirm that as a ministry, we are supporting this sector and we are doing everything possible to ensure that our youth have something to do even after they leave high school or they leave the basic education or the grade 10 or KCSE. That is why we've come up with a program of ensuring that we enroll our youth, our TVET trainees, from a total of 297,000 who were there in 2022 to 700,000 this June of 2025, moving towards our target of 2 million. That's why you heard the principal here speak and say the target for this particular institution is 5,000 in the next 2 years. So we are moving towards that target so that we ensure that all our
Mokonyi w'umuraiwensi ya Kenya Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki yorenge omugeni bwesko ase omuyigo yonigo aherera buna serikali yensi ya Kenya nigo ebegete chisemi bosyo asateba nigo egotumeka ekerongo kya 30 igoro yemia gose 30% gosira chisemi ose 30% yechibesa chinsi ya Kenya gosira chisemi omoske Kindiki niga teba omwako yiga nigo barache kubwatoka chishiringi bilioni 702 gochiacho skuru munenchera ya moyo gosira emirobero yetsemi.
The government takes education seriously. The government of Kenya considers education as one of the pillars of our national development and transformation. That is why we are spending nearly 30% of all the resources of Kenya to fund education. Almost 30% of all the money that we collect in this country is funding education. For a long time, we've been doing 650 billion every year. This year, we are releasing to the Ministry of Education for funding of all schools from primary level to university a record 702 billion Kenya shillings. That is money for paying teachers, running schools, running tertiary institutions, and also running universities. And that is not a small investment. And therefore, if there is anyone who had a doubt on where the government places education, look at the budget for education. It is the biggest single budget compared to all the ministries that are there in our country. Out of the 22 ministries, education alone takes 30% of all the money that we generate.
Tutigarite ase eskuru yo bobundi ya Murangan ane mono kurigerera tsemi asense mende mokonyo muraibuense Professor Pram Kithure Kindiki nigo akwanera omurobero bo tsemi OCBE ane mono chingaki aborokiwo abatanga nibo murobero yo bagochego so senior secondary school omwaka ogocha Kindiki nigo ate abuna aborokiwo abo nigo barachego somiwo emiremo korengana ne chindoto cyabo gose korengana na kire batagete gocha gukora chinga kibakore cy'skuru asateba umurimo wese abu nigo urache koba oyo lazima korinde egati yaboro kiwonigo barache gosomiwa esabu enyororo nabo igo andake bari bachigo koira orosagia rwastem ase umurobiro yu nigo barache gosoma esabu enkongoke gose imanyikaine buna pure mathematics.
We have said for the senior school, the last 3 years of high school, the students will concentrate on areas that respond to their talents and their interests in terms of their careers. And therefore, students will not be burdened with studying all the subjects as it was in the old education system. In the senior school, the last 3 years, they will spend studying subjects that relate to the pathway they have chosen for their career. We have 3 pathways. One of them is STEM, which is for students who want to specialize in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The second pathway is for those who want to study the social sciences, and the third one is for those who want to study for sports, arts, and the creative related disciplines, so that they spend the last 3 years of high school before they go to college on subjects that relate to them. I know there have been a bit of debate about mathematics, and what we have said is that in high school, the student will still study mathematics, but not mathematics in its pure form. Mathematics in its pure form will only be studied by those students in senior school who are in STEM schools and those who have chosen STEM pathway. For the others, they will study applied mathematics, which is a simple mathematics just to assist you in your lives. But as I said the other day, someone who is doing sports and arts as a pathway, no need for that student to study pure mathematics in senior school, but they can study simple mathematics to assist them just with their simple daily activities.
Na togo cha gukorera tagenda goika ase kaunti ya Nakuru abwa semambia rero muraibu ense Dr. William Samuel Ruto ara umuyega bwo kobekirwe gutwa kwa basai ba NYS abasai chiribu 15 gose 18,000 ensemo ya Girigiri kaunti yo ya Nakuru. Ukona sumuyego yo omoske Ruto nigo aerera buna basabu nigo barache konyora amaigerio ao anenomono ase omorobiro bukolika abanyanyimbo mutinyo gocha nigo abasai chiribu nyegose 4,000 abukorwa NYS barache konyorera emirimo buna abanyanyimbo.
Some of you will advance into higher training in agriculture, ICT, engineering, and hospitality, becoming the skilled professionals who will drive our industries forward. Others will join our disciplined services, standing guard over our nation's peace and security. And I have already given instructions to the Ministry of Interior that next month, when we hire 10,000 police officers, of the 10,000, 4,000 must come from the National Youth Service. Many more of you will venture into private enterprise, powered by the Hustler Fund, Nyota, and other initiatives that are turning ideas into thriving businesses. Wherever your path leads you, each of you carries responsibility and the privilege of building Kenya's future.
Chabutokire itaika Ikomi na isano na ibere igoro ye Chinsa Ikomi chabona maragoba Mancho murigereria nara yo koro mesa Ekeonga Chinsa Ikomi asenchera yo wenge korende ayo negatiari togenderete gukwariganeria haroni ototo nyankiri achiyo koretera ase owekirano chikoraga Chinsa ibere na boyigo Chinsa inyechobotko bwarero Mwarengina inche Catherine Nyaboga veni Nyaboga korwa somo na bwe manyeriro Kevin Ongeri kuri studio akabinera kwaneke munachibiche na marengo ikirachira senchira yo bwekrano gendera kubwatia imirobira Getembe TV rachiko gochira sembe otumirana ritkore akyo
Superstores Nero eduka asorgo ngurigarua South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati Rolling Mills eyukuya bwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achabwirigirie amabati anda onsialia utagete showroom yeito nigo enkale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokiriso yao chingaki ogoswasa yiga kurigiriria amabati aiga ntobwate team tempo abo bagokolemirimo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho tebererie kende kensi uraganie bagotebererie company ya mabati Rolling Mills niko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao unamono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asibigo babwate Dumarang ayuare aye chigage emerongetato asama mabati aliaye chigage emerongibere na isaro na isato babwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana Roman Jinko na boigo web design babwate yigani kabwate chikala bunabone lia chako gray brick red tile red maroon, sky blue na bwigo na green. Obutambe bwe mabati yiga nigo bokolengana amo nukuganya gwe customer. Mbabwate bintu bindi bwigo ebyo okunyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabati yiga ase nyumba yao. Tutari rero ase Uhuru MRM showroom. Onyara kabo gukwerera amabati yu akomenya segeka ayo uchanye warrant na bwigo ayo orakoberwa ikasure asobwango. Eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego toka se nyumba ya Uhuru Complex imiyo muchuyigo busongo iyo irangene duka ya Safaricom. Bwigo ngotoka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ire angene bengi ya Credit Bank. Asamange bakere simgwetra sechi namba chabo 0111161500. Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Uhuru Nyaboga.